Alright, enough with the April Fool's video. Let's get back to business. I have some new price targets, news, and catalyst calendar updates for CCIV. Lucid CEO wants $25,000 electric cars. President Joe Biden just released his new $2 trillion infrastructure plan impact on EV space. Tons of great news for CCIV. I'm feeling very optimistic, and I feel April will be Lucid's turning point to go back up higher. If you're invested or thinking of investing into CCIV, you don't want to miss this. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to get notified for my latest videos. If you want to get 2 free stocks, try Webull. Get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 or more. To get the most up-to-date high-growth stock news, my latest buy and sell alerts, and smart money market sentiment, check out my Patreon. It comes with private Discord and a full range of server benefits. All the links will be below under the description of this video. Let's start this video off with Biden's $2 trillion infrastructure plan. These are some of the EV incentives. Establishing grant and incentive programs for the state and local governments and the private sector to build a network of 500,000 EV chargers by 2030. This will be huge for companies like ChargePoint, Blink Charging, Plug Power, and Volta Charging, to name a few companies to look at. It will also give consumer point-of-sale rebates and tax incentives to buy American-made electric vehicles. This is fantastic for CCIV, just in time for delivering their first orders. This should work out for sales. And lastly, they'll be replacing 50,000 diesel transit vehicles and electrifying at least 20% of the country's yellow school bus fleet. It seems like we will continue to see a boom in EV-related stocks, and this could be huge for the next 4 years. Let's take a look at some price targets. CCIV traded in a small range on Thursday, closing at $23.78. The stock seems to be cooling off. It's consolidating between my $20.50 and $26.50 levels. This pop here, in which it crossed $30.50, totally got me off guard. I must say, it did fool me. This consolidation here is a healthy sign. I know most of us want to see CCIV explode and go back up to the moon, but this consolidation brings stability to the stock at these levels and allowing those with buying power to continue to buy more shares here at a fantastic price. I'm extremely bullish overall, and I think we will see CCIV close above $30 by the end of this month. Just need to continue to be patient during this chop. If we take a look at the Nasdaq, it seems like it's about to break out. I think this is a fake out. It's a short-term bull squeeze, and I think we will go down, possibly close to previous lows here at around $300 for one last time. Once we have one last sell-off, the real rally will begin. My market analysis could be totally wrong, and we could go back up starting next week. Therefore, I think CCIV will continue to chop here under $26.50 until another market sell-off happens before we go back up. No one can predict these future outcomes, and these are just my current market opinions. If you're invested into CCIV as a long-term investment, just sit back and relax. Continue to add into your positions over time if possible. This is Lucid's management team with a long experience portfolio of winning car making and tech companies such as Tesla, Jaguar, Lotus, Mazda, Audi, Volkswagen, Apple, Rivian, Ford, Samsung, Cisco, and Intel, just to name a few. Peter Rawlinson wants $25,000 electric cars. In summary, this article goes over Peter Rawlinson's strategic plan of action to accomplish this at some point. He states that the automaker will make vehicles progressively more affordable in progressively increasing numbers. And these cheaper cars aren't an afterthought, but are part of a bigger plan for the company. They are starting with the high-end product and gradually make it more affordable. Essentially, Lucid is using the expensive development of the Air to learn more about battery tech and car production in general, because you can get away with higher production costs on more expensive vehicles. The lessons learned in this exercise will then translate to a trickle-down effect for future models. I have the clarity of vision to get to the mythical $25,000 electric car. And it's going to take one thing to drive it: technology, said Rawlinson. Lucid has since said this isn't guaranteed that it will build a $25,000 electric car, but it understands the importance of affordable EVs. Rawlinson also made an indictment on automakers that are looking to simply reduce battery costs, saying that this is the wrong way to make EVs cheaper. If I can double efficiency, I can go the same range with half the battery size. That would half the battery cost and would half the weight of the battery. Surely that's better than just carving battery costs. We can't help but see the sense in this argument. And if these ideas come to fruition, Lucid could be at the forefront of the switch to EVs for the majority of the driving populace. And the idea of driving an EV that's both beautiful and affordable certainly resonates with them. This is the most updated Catalyst Lucid Motors list. They added the unveiling of the autonomy technology level 2 and 3 for quarter 2. This will be a big catalyst for Lucid to have a big price action move. They also added an entry to Chinese markets by 2023. And the last addition to this list producing an excess of 500,000 vehicles annually by 2030. This is a realistic goal for a 9-year projection, but I will say as an investor, that number seems light years away for me now. On the other hand, if you're looking at this for a 10-year plus investment, these dates are irrelevant. The current short interest volume ratio is at 19%. We still have 153 invested institutions. On March 26, Susquehanna bought an additional 37,000 shares to their position at an average price of $10. On March 30th, River North sold 50% of their shares at an average price of $16 a share.